Everyone, and welcome back to Neuroverse Diaries. I am John Arroyo, and today we're going to be talking about just what it's like being a neurodiverse adult and what challenges do I have so far, and like how I'm navigating as a neurodiverse adult, and maybe some advice I can give. So, I'm currently a third year student in college. I do a lot. I have pretty much have two jobs. I do a lot of community service. I'm really involved in the campus community. And sometimes it can be a lot to balance between relationships, so like friendships or like getting to know people and also doing stuff, um, as well as I'm starting to learn money management because sometimes with money, I just want to buy stuff, and also just time management. So I'm going to talk about stuff that helped me and maybe it can help you, and as well just my experience as a neurodiverse person. I'm not saying these work for everyone, I'm just saying these are tips and tricks that work for me. So anytime I have a conflict with someone, I try to, after the situation, try to analyze it. I know it sounds a little weird, but what I mean by analyze it, I mean like analyze what the person is saying, because we're so focused in arguments and like confrontation, or like you have a disagreement, you focus on why you think the person is wrong, but never like try to see the other point of view. So what I do is, when I notice the situation is getting heated, or like I get it into an argument, it can be with a friend or a family member, I really try like to be like, okay, think like when I start noticing, I say, I just stop talking and I start thinking while the other person is talking. I'm like, okay, they're mad. I want to see why they're mad. Why are we going back and forth? Okay. And then I say, can you clarify to me why you're upset? I feel like that's always good because sometimes me being a neurodiverse person, I don't get social cues. So if it's a situation, I always ask, did I did something to upset you, or did did I word something wrong? Because as a neurodiverse person, sometimes I word stuff wrong. I'm gonna admit, or I can come off as wrong, or it's I will say, oh, I will say to the person, what you said made me feel uncomfortable, or what you said kind of hurt me, or oh, I didn't like how you said that. I will tell the person, even if you don't feel comfortable telling the person, like, this is why I'm mad or upset, tell them, because they need to know, like, your point of view. If they just don't care, then hey, that's on them. Now, when it comes into money management, this is a big one. I always try to, I'm a person that like to write stuff. I'm really visual. So I write the stuff that I'm thinking of getting. So, for example, I do a lot of photography, a lot of videography, as well as I like art and like I like hobbies. My hobbies are pro wrestling, video games, and nerdy stuff like anime or like Snoopy, like cute comic books and like characters. So, like, I'm like, okay, I will start digging online at stuff like, oh, I want this cute rug for my dorm, how much it is. Oh, if the carpet's like 220, like $22. Okay, I'm gonna write it in my notes. Carpet $22. I want to re-dye my hair. That's like $60. So I'm gonna put in my notes $60 for dye. If you make a list and then do a prioritize, so what I do after that is, after I make the list of stuff that I think I'm gonna want to buy or do with my money, I prioritize like, okay, what is more important? You want to dye your hair, or do you need a new microphone for your computer? And I'm like, okay, I need a new microphone. And then I started really doing that a lot, as well as I try not to hold physical cash. I don't know if it's me, but me being a neurodiverse or someone on the spectrum, having physical cash makes me anxiety. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but when I get cash and I have it in my wallet, and if I'm going shopping, it's like this urge, like, oh, I need to at least spend something. I don't know if it's like the anxiety of, oh, I'm at the store. Is it socially awkward that I'm not buying nothing? I don't know. It's the way that my autism or my ADD, the way my brain works. So I always try, like, if I'm carrying physical cash, I already know what I'm gonna buy. I'm not gonna go into a store blind with physical cash. Most of the cash I try to do is digital, not just that. I always double check my bank account before paying because I used to not do that. And guys, how many times I try to buy something because you're so hyper fixated when shopping, or you're really in your neurodiverse or ADD or ADHD zone. You're just going through the aisles picking stuff. You need to know how much you have in your account before you scan. So that's also a thing I'm learning, as well as my mom and dad has been helping me a lot as well. Like, my dad would be like, okay, John, don't forget you need to pay off your phone bill, or you have to pay for your dog to get groomed, or you have to pay for your dog's haircut. Okay. So I know in months advance, because my dad would be like, okay, don't forget in a couple weeks your dog is getting a haircut. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put $50 aside because my dog needs a haircut, as well as I need to pay the phone bill, or I need to pay something or help pay for something. And then whatever money I have left over, be cautious. But I'm like, okay, if I'm going out, maybe only spend $20, $30, and only pick the stuff I really need. So what I mean by that is, being a neurodivergent, it really helps making a list of stuff ahead of time. Now on to time management. That's something I'm currently still working on. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, because sometimes I can be so focused doing homework, or like, for example, I see someone in the hallway from class, I'm talking to them, I can lose 5 minutes just talking to that person. And I'm like, oh my God, I have class, or oh, I have a meeting. But then I stop to go to a different office, and then I forget what I'm doing. It's a part of my ADD. So the thing is, I started putting a lot more reminders on my phone. So like when I get up in the morning, I maybe put 6 or 7. I try not alarms, but like little reminders. So when it goes off, it's like, hey, don't forget to take your meds. Don't forget to grab your key on the way out the door. Not just that. Having an agenda. I always carry a small notebook or something with me if I can't use my phone. I also put on my phone a to-do list, but an agenda book. Really helpful. As well as like, if you have something that somebody tells you, put it in your calendar right away. I'm saying that now because you don't know how many times my first year or second year in college, I did not put the dates on my calendar right away, and then I regretted it. So as soon as I find out about an event or something I'm gonna do, I put it in my calendar quick as I can. Doctor's appointments, anything. I try to put it in the calendar, also set a reminder on my phone. So my phone will give me a notification, and then the day before, the same notification. I know it seems tedious, but that's gonna help you. As well as make sure when it comes to time management, you're doing it well. Like, for example, I currently be studying, but I notice studying in the dorm sometimes is not helpful because I have my TV here. I make myself a cup of coffee, and then I'm like, oh my God, I should do laundry. And then I'm doing my laundry instead of clothing. Or I'm calling one of my friends call from high school, and then I'm on the phone with them for 2 hours. So what I do is I usually let people know, hey, I'm going to study. So like if family or friends want to contact me, no. I let them know ahead of time. I put my phone on do not disturb, and I study for an hour or 2. And then you know what you do? You give yourself 15 minutes, 20 minutes of a break. 10 minutes of that can be walking or whatever, and then the under 10 is something you like to do. So what I do is maybe video edit, or at least watch a YouTube video or listen to music, but only for that certain amount of time, and put a timer, because if you don't, you're gonna go past it. And it's been really helping me this semester, like doing study things, but then also I always try to study somewhere new. So like in my dorm, I study in my bed, I study here. Sometimes I even study on the floor, because I'm gonna put it up in the corner over here. But they say like in the study, like if you study in the same places that you usually are, like for example, especially as a college student, but also like it also works for work or whatever. If you work and study in the same place every day, that's your mindset. But if you're gonna work and study in a place you're not as familiar with, like for example, I'm barely in my dorm. So if I'm studying in my dorm, my mind is gonna tell me, not right away, but it's gonna plan, oh, you take a nap. watch TV, relax instead of study. Because when I when I'm not studying, as soon as I get to my room, I'm tired. I'm done with the day. So I always try not to study in my room or study somewhere. Try to find new study places or new places to work, as well as just prioritizing. So what I mean by that is I look at my homework assignments and I'm like, okay, what is most important to least important? If a project is due 2 or 3 weeks from now, it is important. So I do kind of do it, but I don't do it 100% because, oh, it's a paper due this week. I'm going to focus on the paper and then after do the project little by little, because you don't need a rush. And I learned that, especially more than ever doing work and doing courses and being an honor student, being someone neurodiverse. If you try to get the work done to just be done with it, it's going to come out sloppy and it's not going to come out good. You want to take your time and always ask if you can get extra time ahead of time. With my accommodations in college, that's what I do. I tell my bosses, hey, I'm going to be a little late with this deadline. Can I get a little extra time? Or, hey, after work hours, is it okay if I do this? Or I can work on this. Try to talk to them about that. Because I know sometimes being neurodivergent ADHD takes longer to do tasks. So do that. And usually that stuff will help. And today's video is kind of small, kind of nice. And I just wanted to talk from my experience, tips and tricks, and my experience of me becoming an adult. And it's not easy. Sometimes I call my mom and dad. I do not care. I don't care. I'm in my 20s, neurodivergent in college. I call my mom and dad being like, I don't know what to do. I do not care. Sometimes I cry because I get stressed out, but I'm starting to learn how to navigate stuff. So I feel proud of it. And that's pretty much the video for today, guys. So hopefully you enjoy and have a wonderful day wherever you are.